Hey, hey. How's everybody doing? Hi, how's everybody doing? Hello. Oh, I'm so excited you guys are on here today. I want you to go ahead and get ready to share this feed. Get ready to share this feed. Come on in. Come on into this wealth room. Come on into the wealth room, okay? Come on into the wealth room. I'm excited you guys are jumping on this live today. I want to encourage you guys, share this feed, throw some comments in there. Let me know where you're calling from. Hey, Janice, good morning. Good morning. Excited you guys are on here today. Thanks again for joining in. Share this, text somebody, do something, make a move, and let them know to come on into this wealth room today. This is the wealth room, okay? That's exactly what this is today. This is definitely the wealth room, and I am really looking forward to, just being able to have a conversation with you guys that I think is really going to help you to create, hopefully, the blueprint for your life that I believe that we were all destined to live, right? And it really is time. Like it is really time right now. We're at the beginning of the year, and so this is a time when a lot of people, hopefully, you have some time to kind of sit with yourself and say, okay, God, is 2024. All right, it's me and you. What do I want out of life? Who am I? Where do I want to go? How do I want to live? Like, these are the times to really ask yourself those questions. And it is important to ask yourself questions, right? I don't think sometimes we ask ourselves enough questions because sometimes we can just get caught up in like the day to day and forget about ourselves and say, hey, what am I doing? And am I really on track to live the life that I always dreamed about? Am I on track to be able to go where I want to go? Am I on track to be able to stay in the finest hotels in the world? Am I on track to drive the cars that I want to drive? Am I on track to live the life that I want to live? Am I on track to go to the restaurants that I want to eat at? Am I on track for that? And then once you ask yourself those questions, okay, now, Lord, what's now, right? What's next? Who do I need to connect with, right? Where do I need to go? What does that need to look like? And those questions are very, very important that we ask ourselves that on a continual basis, because if we don't, we'll look up maybe and not be living the life that we always dreamed about because we didn't stop to assess, where am I? There are lots of changes that the world has made since COVID. I've made a ton of changes. Hopefully you've made a ton of changes. I'm making more changes every single day and really examining myself and asking myself those questions and then saying, okay, what decision are you making today that's going to really help you get to where you feel like you've been called to go? And that becomes really, really important. And that's what today's live is going to do. And we'll get into some good stuff in terms of building, an empire, because I definitely believe that all of you were destined for an empire. I don't think anybody on here was destined to play small. I don't think anybody on here was destined to just play where you've been playing. I think we've all been destined to really build an empire. In other words, I believe that we're all carriers of an empire. I believe that there is an empire anointing that's operating on the inside of us, and it's going to take us not working harder, but working smarter. Not working harder, but smarter. God ordained for our lives to become progressively better. We're all supposed to be becoming progressively richer, progressively stronger. Everything about the DNA of Jesus is that it is progressively increasing. He never wants us to stagnate. Now, as human beings, have I stagnated before? Yes, all of us have. But the goal was never for us to stagnate. The goal was for us to continue to go from realm to realm and dimension to dimension. But to go from realm to dimension, you have to be extremely intentional. And when I say you have to be extremely intentional, not just about doing what you know to do, but intentional about development, personal development. Every single day, I probably spend about 2 or 3 hours on personal development. I like entertainment like anybody else, but most of the time, if you come to our home before 8 p.m., the TV is on, YouTube is on, and there's some billionaire or some guy worth $100 million. I am intentionally listening to people that have more than me every day. Okay. And so if you're taking some notes today, that's what I want you to write. Are you intentionally listening to people that have more than you every single day? That's the goal. Because the Bible says that faith cometh by hearing, wealth comes by hearing, increase comes by hearing, association comes by hearing, right? So if wealth is going to come by hearing, then I got to make sure that I'm intentionally listening to somebody every single day that's causing me to increase in the way that I think, in the way that I process, in the way that I operate, right? So wealth comes by hearing every single day, strategies, intel, direction, instruction. Then eventually what happens is if I keep listening, whatever I keep listening to, I'm going to become. Whatever you keep listening to, you're going to become. So if you start hearing every single day, Candace is a multiple millionaire. Janice is a multiple millionaire. Who else is on here? I want to call your name out, right? If you keep hearing you're a multiple millionaire, if you keep hearing you're loved, if you keep hearing you're valuable, if you keep hearing you deserve the best, you deserve to drive the best, you deserve to live in the best, you deserve to wear the best, Marquita, right? Marquita is a multiple millionaire. Diane is a multiple millionaire. You deserve it. You can have it, but you have to intentionally be thinking and listening every single day to wealth. Because I'm going to say it again. Wealth, Eric is a multiple millionaire. Wealth comes by hearing. So whatever I keep hearing, Vivian, every day you're hearing, I am a multiple millionaire. And then what happens is once you start believing that and thinking that and imagining that, then strategies start coming. Strategies start coming because strategy follows vision. Money follows vision. You get a vision for your life. What is it that I want? Where do I want to become? What do I want to drive? These are questions you should be able to know right off the top of your head. I want to go here. I want to go there. One of the things I want to do is take the yacht and go down the south of France, right? I want to hit the place with the huts, right? Fiji, right? There are a few places that I want to go, right? And so what's happening is that as I meditate on where I want to go, I meditate on where I want to live, I meditate on who I want to become, then what happens is God begins to supernaturally put the people in place to help me become and get to where I need to get. Now, the anointing and the grace that's on my life is I am a pusher, right? McCoy is a multiple millionaire. I'm a pusher. I'm a thruster. So what happens is I have a group of friends that they're thrusters. My team, they're most of the time I attract people that I allow to get close to me, because you can't allow everybody to get close to you. They have to be thrusters because you have to keep the wind on your back. You have to keep pressure. As a matter of fact, most average people don't like pressure. Overachievers know it's necessary to win. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. Most people, the average person, does not like pressure. But the reality is overachievers love pressure because it was the pressure that helped them to get from one point to the other. It's uncomfortable as heck. I don't always like it, but I also know that if I don't have that pressure, I'm probably not going to become who I need to become. And anytime you're building something, you have to continue to allow healthy pressure to stay on your potential so that your potential can be realized. God created us to become progressively better, progressively more productive, progressively more profitable. In other words, you're supposed to be stronger today, Vivian, than you were last month, according to God's plan. Keita, you're supposed to be richer today than you were last month. You're supposed to be wiser today, McCoy, than you were last month. Not just because of time, but it is implementing the principles of success in your life on a daily basis. This is why we see some people are old and still broke, old and still stupid. So age does not quantitate success. Success is quantitated by your intentionality, not just sometimes, not just at a conference, not just at an event, but every single day, right? Most people learn and they repeat what they see and what they hear. And this is why the best thing you can do right now, Diane, is get yourself in a community and an environment that is going to cultivate and put a demand on your greatness. We're already mid-January. This is a time of decision. Your next 5 years, your next 10 years is going to be based on the decisions and the partnerships and the collaborations that you make today. When I look at my life and I look at the relationships that I've formed in the last 7 years, they have greatly impacted what I have, who I am, how I move. Because the law of association is real. And whatever you put before your eyes, you become. Whatever you put in your ears all the time, you will live out. You don't live out just what you want. You live out what you hear. Because the subconscious is what's running the life, not just the conscious. The conscious shows up. The body shows up. But it is the spirit that is dictating the speed in which you win and dictating you winning, period, altogether. Right? Yes, Brianna. I just put you on the panel, girl. You don't even know. Right? So what happens is when you allow yourself every day to sit with yourself and say, okay, God, who am I now? Where am I going? What do I want out of life? Where do I want to go? Who do I want to become? And now I every single day start making decisions that line up with what I say that I want. And this is why when you ask people at any given time in their life, if somebody says, I'm not really happy, or I'm not really rich, or I'm not really, fit, I'm not really, whatever they're not really, if they go back, Candace or Candy, they can see, wait, my decisions were not in alignment with what I said my vision was. So what happens is when you get into strategic relationships and strategic communities, right, Brianna, they help you to get in alignment with who you are becoming and where you want to go. That's exactly what happens. That's exactly what happens. So what happens is, and this is why it's really important that you first identify what do I want, and then once you've identified what you want, Tanya, then you every single day, Carmichael, start making decisions every day towards advancement. Because remember, God's plan is for me to advance. His plan is progressive. So when people say, I went backwards, it might have looked like you were going backwards physically, but I'm more concerned with what was your state of thinking, because your state of thinking determines the direction of your life. The external is this is just what it is, right? But the external is controlled by the internal. The internal is really what controls the direction of your life, the speed of your life, where you go, how you go, what you think. And then you have to all the time set the standard. See, everybody, I realized nothing really changed in my life until I took responsibility for where I was in life. Your standard is not set by your mom, your dad, your spouse, your children, your siblings. Your standard of life, Daryl, is set by what does Daryl want? Because what happens is the external world is literally waiting for your thinking, waiting for your mouth to determine where do I show up and how do I show up and what do I look like, right? All that is determined by that. So now what we put together here, I started a company called Assetify. I started this company because I believe that every single one of you that are listening to me right now is called to massive wealth. Mona, I don't think you were just called to be average. I really don't. I don't think you were called to be mediocre. I don't think anything. Everything about me is expensive. Everything about me is expensive, from my head to my toe. I got my bunions removed. Listen, everything about me is expensive. I don't concern myself with price. I concern myself with vision, because my vision will always pay the price. My vision will pay the price. So my vision is big because I have a high price. I'm valuable. I'm expensive. You put that in the chat that you're valuable and expensive. Yeah, that's okay. You don't have to keep dumbing down. And this is why some people in life seem like they get everything they want, and the other people in their life seems like they get nothing that they want. And their life is chronic, like just not, no. So you have to first determine, Jessica, that I'm expensive, I'm valuable, I get everything that I want, I get everything that I believe because I'm valuable and I'm expensive. And so what happens is the money always shows up because the money matches the vision. Money will always follow vision. Money follows value, which is why your confidence is so important. Your confidence in yourself, your confidence in Jesus first is our greatest asset. And then your confidence in yourself that I deserve to live like this. And you cannot wait for other people to give you permission to determine how you are to live, because if you wait for them, you might be waiting forever. If you're waiting for other people to determine where you can go and what you can do, you might be waiting forever. So you have to say, I'm taking full responsibility for the quality of my overall life, that it is strong and it is good. And anything that comes to oppose that, then I have to begin to make adjustments accordingly, because time is not going to wait for anybody. And you can look at some of maybe the elders in your family, or maybe friends or people that you know or whatever, and look and say, hey, okay, what's happening? Maryland Church tomorrow is at 10 a.m. and we'd love to have you, baby. Amen. We are in agreement that God is perfecting those things that concern you. Okay. So now I created Assetify because I wanted you guys to have a community, a place where we're going to scale. Everybody put scale. Everybody put scale. Thank you, Mona. Love you too. Everybody put scale. Put scale in the comments. I'm scaling. I'm scaling. I'm scaling. I'm scaling. I'm growing. I'm scaling. I'm growing. Because scaling is intentional. People don't just scale. People don't just wake up. They had to scale, right? So I have to be intentional. Like my closet, I give away a lot because I like a lot of clothes. So I'm always buying clothes, giving clothes, buying clothes, giving clothes, buying clothes, giving clothes, because I'm always scaling and growing. I like to scale and grow in my wardrobe, because things that I have that had in my closet maybe are no longer relevant. So I bring in new ones to bring in relevance. It's the same thing in your brain. The question is what new, Renee, are you putting in your brain that is putting a demand on you to scale? What new are you putting in your brain that's putting a demand on you to scale? Not just in your brain, but what action steps are you taking every day that's going to cause you to scale? Okay? All right, now, I'm going to share this with you. So we started Assetify, and this program is to help you to scale. You're going to either do buy and flip or buy and hold. Now, the thing that I like about the buy and flip is that it puts you in a position to be able to get capital. Okay, and I'll go into that a little bit in a bit. This is a piece of property that I bought in the city of Detroit off of Southfield Freeway, probably like 2016, 17 for a little bit of nothing. And I found out that Richard Branson actually is buying land around there. So I'm just holding on to the property. I haven't done anything with it yet, but I will. Why do I want Renee involved in real estate? Why do I want Daryl involved in real estate? Why do I want Tanya involved in real estate? Why do I want Marilyn involved in real estate? Because most billionaires and multiple millionaires have invested in real estate. Real estate is going to always go up. So if you buy a property at one price in a couple years, especially if it's in a main thriving city, in a couple years, you've doubled your money, in some cases, tripled your money. It's always going to be needed. It's a potential for lifetime of returns, and it protects you against inflation. It's better to have $100,000 of real estate than $100,000 cash. Why now? High interest rates are good for refinancing later. I always tell people, don't allow a higher interest rate to determine you purchasing real estate, because you can always refi later. And I'm telling you, rates are going to really drop by April, May. We're in election year. They always do. So I got my apartment building. I'm already set to refi. I got some other properties. I already know I'm going to refi. Housing is always going to be needed, right? There's a housing crisis in the nation right now because in 2007 and 8, the real estate developers stopped building as much because of the recession. So this is why we've been seeing rent prices go crazy, $100 to $500, going up within 30 days. So it's better for you to own a piece of property. Now your monthly fee is set versus rent. It's always going to be going up. It's going to be ever increasing. You're never going to move into a house that you're renting and say, oh yeah, I've been here for 5 years and your rent hasn't gone up like crazy. And so what we got to do is we got to stop the bleeding and get you into ownership, but not just ownership. We want to give you really cool strategies, like maybe buy, a triplex or, a quad. You live in one, you rent out the other ones. Now you're staying there mortgage free. Okay. Why Detroit? Now, literally, you can invest anywhere in the nation. There are a few very investment friendly cities. Detroit absolutely is one of them. It is the hottest real estate market in the United States. Has incredible deals for higher profit potential. There's more inventory, right? So, when I say the deals are dealing, you can buy low and make a lot of money in a short amount of time. Period. End of the story. I always tell people, when you're thinking about investing in real estate, don't just think about where you live. Think about where you can make the most amount of money. That's what's important. What is a buy and flip? It allows you to purchase the property, rehab and repair the property, and then you can go back and put it on the market. You can buy a property for $50,000, fix it up for $30,000. That's $80,000 in, put it back on the market for $100,000. You made almost $20,000, or maybe $120,000, or maybe $140,000. We have a huge inventory of houses that we're going to help you to find and make recommendations on why we think you should buy it. And we do deal evaluations with you, so you'll be really clear. All right. So now, what are the benefits of buying and flipping? It creates capital for future investments. Right, Demetrius? So you have the ability to say, I just made $20,000 off of this. I made $100,000 off of this. So this is a great way to hit a lick. And then you can do it within like a 3 to 4 month period. And then home price lower due to rehab. So we get lower price homes because they need to be rehabbed. And many times these are off-market properties that have not even gone on the market yet. Okay. Now, what is a buy and hold? This is where you're going to purchase the property, rehab if needed, and then put tenants in it. The cash flow. For example, my apartment building that I built, I was so blessed. I'm so grateful to God that I bought it. The owner had already, Angela, totally, renovated it. She had already totally renovated and already had all tenants in it. It was fully occupied. Thank you, Lord. That was amazing. So I came into a cash flow situation. So I've been very, very grateful for that. So the next buy and hold that I'm doing for you that I'll do for you. You might say, hey, I want one that already is cash flowing. I want one that already has a tenant. Well, sign up, because I promise you, we got apartment buildings, duplexes, triplexes, single family homes that are already cash flowing right now. And you buy and immediately start making cash, right? Benefits of the buy and hold. It helps you to create monthly cash flow. Each property could pay for a part of your life. So you might say, I'm going to let this 4-unit pay for my children's tuition. This 3-unit is going to pay for all my vacations. This, 5-unit is going to pay for my parents, their livelihood, my family. You literally can start to create a really strong vision of what you need coming in every single month per property. It is a way to really create generational wealth. And some of these properties, you'll know this is a legacy property, never sell this. The apartments that I own now, 1 unit, I get $1,400. So now what's going to happen in 10 years? I might be getting $2,400 per unit because rent's going to keep going up. And then I'm going to refi. So what's happening is the monthly note is coming down. Rent is always going up, cash flow is going up, and this is how you begin to prepare your wealth vision for your life. How much monthly cash flow do you need to be financially free? And then how much monthly income would cover your life? Okay, why you need a real estate coach. This is going to help you save time, learning from other people's mistakes. I'm going to tell you right now, investing in real estate is not easy. It's not hard, but it ain't easy, baby. You are going to need a coach if you want to have a successful, experience. Most of my assets, yes, there are in Detroit, yes. But again, you can literally do this anywhere in the country. Just find an investment-friendly city, and we can help you do that. It helps you to save money using shortcuts taught by your coach. Use other people's resources to build a team to help you, with your project. Learn to recognize a great deal and a bad deal. And this is what I've been doing with a lot of my students. They're winning. They're buying. They're flipping. They're buying. They're holding. They're getting tenants. They're making money. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay? That's ultimately what we want, Cynthia, right? And that's some testimonies. Camille, very proud of her. My chief operating officer bought her property, fixing it up, rehabbing it. Ran into some things with the contractors. We're getting another contractor on it now. She's right there away from getting ready to close and putting it back on the market. Okay. And so that's amazing. Really proud of Sheila Hutchins. They are rehabbing hers. They just finished all the floors. We pulled up that old carpet. It had beautiful hardwood floors. It just needed some sanding and some stains. And I'm telling you, her house is really looking good, and it will be back on the market as well. The course is usually, like everything that I do for real talk, easily could be $25,000 easily. And the price is going up. And I'm not just saying that, like I mean it, because what I give, like my students winning. So it's $2,000 one time, 4 weeks, 2 sessions every single week. And when I say we dive in, when I get done with you, you will be, by the time that course is over, you will have identified where you're about to buy. You'll be ready to do your buy and flip or your buy and hold anywhere in this nation. Okay. 4 weeks, 2 sessions every single week. I put you in a position to make sure you are ready to go. Okay. Now, if you want me to hold your hand and say, no, I want you to help me, Tina's like, hey, I want you to help me find the off-market property. I want you to help me with the contractors. I want you to help me with the design. I want you to help me make sure I get it back on the market with an aggressive agent, not nobody slow, taking all day to sell this house, get this house sold, doggone it. I don't want an agent tell me, yeah, it'll sell in the summer. No, it's January. I need an agent to be like, oh no, I'm selling this sucker in 2 weeks. I can't guarantee it, but doggone it. I'm only working with aggressive people on the team, period, end of the story. So if you want your hand held and me to walk you through all of that, that easily would be $40,000, because let me tell you something. And we help you with funding too. Let me say that. We do help you with funding, but right now it's just $5,000. And I'm going to walk you through from beginning to end. And that price is going up as well, because anybody that works with me, I see some of my students on here right now, my mentees, clients, they will tell you, honey, I'm in the weeds with you. Okay. I act like it's my asset. I have to remember, like, what color you want? Even though there are certain colors, I recommend just going all white because it's clean. But my point is, like, I'm going to make sure that from beginning to end, you good. Right. And that's just $5,000. That's little in comparison to the amount of money you're about to make. And we also have a company that will give you the funding for it. So if you say, I really want to do it, but I just don't have the money, we got you. All you need is a 620 credit score. You got to be employed and you got to be ready to take action. These, these two courses that I just talked about, this is not for me, convincing you can do it. You already convinced you can do it. You just need some instruction. Okay. And then last but not least, we have the amazing Accetify community that's $59 a month. That's it. And what I'm going to do is come on live every single month and I'm going to teach you. You're going to be taught. Okay. I'm going to get on there. I'm going to teach you. And that is going to be $59 a month. And then every single week, you will be getting articles and or videos that's giving you the tea on investing. I always send out things to my investing community to make sure y'all getting what you need to get so you can stay accountable and stay in the game. Because I'm not interested, Tanya, and you just get one property, Marilyn, Daryl, Diane. Well, no, we're not just about to do one property. You might start there, but the goal is, remember I told y'all earlier, is to scale. So I want to encourage you to get with one of those packages depending on where you are. So now I just want to know who is ready to play and who's ready to work with me. If you know, listen, I want that $59. I want to be in on the monthly. If that's you, I just want you to put 59 in the comments. If you're like, no, I need that $2,000 course. You know what I mean? I really want to be on, I really want that course. I want to buy and flip in this city or that city or whatever, or buy and hold. I'm ready to get to it. Just put 2K in the comments. Or if you like, listen, hold my hand. Hold my hand. I want you every single step of the way. Put 5K in the comments. I want to know who I'm getting ready to work with. And so what'll happen is you'll get on Accetifynow.com. Accetifynow.com and join the community for $59. Or again, some of you might say, hey, I want the 2K course. That's 4 weeks, 2 Zooms every single week. And we diving in. By the time you get out of there, you will be more than ready to go because you're going to have to learn some of everything from, not paying your contractors all at the same time. I'm not going to give you all this money. You're going to get a third, bro. You're about to get a third because they will, if you get a hold of a wrong contractor, they will walk off with your money. You're not giving them money to buy materials. You're doing phone sales. So there is a lot of details that I want to make sure you guys have to protect yourself, right? So Marilyn says she wants a 10K. Hold my hand now. It's actually 5K, Marilyn, but it is going to 10, but it's 5 today, baby. So that's 5 today. So Marilyn McCoy says she wants a 2K course. Absolutely. So I just want to encourage you guys, get on Accetifynow.com and join. I'm really excited to work with you. I'm really excited to help you build this amazing empire. I believe this is really going to set you up for some supernatural success like never before. So listen, I love y'all so much. And make sure you join right now. Take that action. Get on Accetifynow.com. And I will be talking to you soon. Bye-bye.